to unmute. No.
Hi, everyone. Happy Thursday. Hi, Doug. Nancy, I see a lot of familiar faces. Welcome to our final live stream of this year. I'm not sure how I'm feeling. Like, I'm excited to have some time off, but I really do enjoy spending this time every single week. So we're actually at a new time today because my kids finished school. They had a half day today. We had all school chapel, and so they're home and we are ready for Christmas break. So I would love to thank all of you for attending. We have a really fun hour or so depending on questions at the end. But I would love to know your location and just tell me one thing that you're doing for the holidays. Maybe you're traveling, I don't know, because we're still letting some people in. So tell me, I see all your names. Maybe just tell me your location and one fun thing that you're doing for the holidays. Maybe it's not Christmas, maybe it's New Year. So we're actually traveling to Hawaii. So my family and I are going to Hawaii soon. And so when I return to our weekly live streams, I'll probably be super tan. So I'm telling you all now that, yeah, we're going to Hawaii. So yeah, if you want to post in the chat, I did allow everyone to chat. There's probably going to be a lot of questions. And so all of you know, I'd love to answer questions and we'll do that at the end. But anyone doing anything fun for the holidays? Charles, yes, I recognize you. Welcome. No snow here in Chicagoland for the holidays. Small Christmas celebration for Lisa. So I love it small too. In fact, we have no family here. And so we wake up on Christmas morning and we sit in our pajamas all day and just eat, and eat. So very nice. North Jersey, okay, Georgia. Oh yeah, Nancy, we've talked through email this week. Hello. Orlando, I'm just eating a lot for the holidays. I think Celeste, you would be my best friend because that is all we're going to be doing as well. Pretty cool. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna share my screen and go over a lot. Taking a day off, yes, you certainly should. Yeah, we're real estate agents, but please take this time for family, okay? Family's number one. So even if it's just a day, take the time off. Kathleen, oh, I already did your Christmas. Okay, cool, be quiet, awesome. In Oklahoma. All right, so I'm gonna share my screen. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Like I said, I love to answer questions. So just post them in the chat. And I'm certainly going to do my best to get to all of them at the end. I'm going to leave some time for some Q&A, okay? So thank you all for attending. We've been doing this live stream now since summer. And so I recognize so many faces. So I want to just say thank you for being a part of my live streams, my group. And so I do believe a majority of you are in the group. If you're not, then let me know at the end and I can give it to you. But I think all of you are. So welcome. I've decided to do this last live stream to really show you how you can build that six-figure niche. And I use the word distressed sales. Remember, I said that because it's not always a short sale, right? And so there was someone here, and I forgot who it was. We were talking back and forth. I think his name is Craig. I'm not sure if he's on here today, but we were talking back and forth about, hey, there's no short sales around. Well, you know, there probably is. And I gave this analogy. And so this is really great. No matter what location you are in, there are families struggling. Okay. There really, really are. Nancy, I know that we kind of talked back and forth about those numbers. But if you go out and you buy a car and you have never seen that car before, and then you start driving the car around town, you're going to start seeing that car around. It's the craziest thing. It happened to me. And so I like to use that analogy because once you are dealing with distressed sales every single day and putting that time into your business, they are going to come to you. So I really wanted to take this time to explain to you, you know, a lot of people don't really know who I am, why I decided to start Blueprint Short Sales and everything behind that. So again, welcome. All right. So why are you here? Most of you, if you are not, please post in the chat. If you're not a part of my group, and so I started this group. I've actually had the group a couple of years, but it was named something else. And then I was like, all right, look, my mission is to help families, and we'll talk about those that mission here in a second. But I really, really want to help the families nationwide, and in order to do that, I have to help you, the real estate agent. And so I have this group, Thrive in Real Estate as a short sale expert, and we are live every single Thursday doing some sort of training. And so if you haven't been a part of that, yeah, so just let me know at the end. I can post the link in the group. I'm sorry, the link to the group in the chat. But I have this group, and so I try to provide as much value to all of you as possible, because with the shift of the market, there's going to be a lot more families that are facing foreclosure. Whether you can sell it as a traditional sale or a short sale, it's still complicated. So anyone here interested in maybe taking on less buyers, or maybe no buyers at all, can raise your hand. I don't love dealing with buyers. I'll take them on here and there, but there's certainly a time crunch. So Lisa is raising her hand. Yes. Feel free to post in the chat. Everyone wants more listings, right? And so I'm in the market of Chicagoland. Charles, I know you're in Chicagoland as well. I don't know if anyone else is. And it's very, very competitive. And so I don't love actually doing traditional sales. I'll do them. People still come to me, hey, you're so great at the short sales. Do you do traditional sales? Yes. But the idea is to help you take on more listings, okay? Maybe one a month, maybe three a month. And we've talked a lot about this in the past weeks in our weekly training. So less buyers or no buyers, more listings. Anyone have kids or grandkids and they want more of a flexible schedule? I love the niche of distress sales because I work around my kids' schedule. Nancy's saying yes. And so I essentially work, 8 to 3 every single day. And the families that are struggling, they will work around your schedule. Trust me, I've been doing this now for 17 years, and it's really a blessing. I will take Saturday morning appointments. It just depends. Every situation is going to be a little bit different. But Sundays, I do not work on Sunday. Sunday is family, church, and this time of year, football. So yeah, I just lay around all day and watch football and eat. But how about six-figure income? And so I think last week we debunked the myth that you can't make any money in short sales. And we're going to go further into that. I'm going to show you proof you absolutely can. But you really have to take advantage of the 3 pillars that I talk about all the time: consistency, organization, and communicate. Okay. I can't remember the last time I did not have a 6-figure year. So I have all of this. I don't take on buyers. I take on lots of listings. I have a very, very flexible schedule, and I do make 6 figures a year. So hopefully you're here because you're a part of my group and you love my weekly live streams. We will be back in 2024, and I'm going to go over that at the end as well. But hopefully you're here because you want to become that go-to distressed or short sale expert, specialist, whatever word you're allowed to use in your market, in this shifting market. Okay, it's definitely going to shift. Everyone asks me, is it going to be like it was? No, I don't think so. But look, there's a lot of families that are struggling. Okay. So Lisa's saying 50K a year. Love that. You absolutely can do that. So I'm not sure what your average sale price is, but short sales, you make 3.5%. Some banks do cut that, and we talked about that last week. But for anyone that doesn't know who I am, I know I don't talk much about myself. I don't love it. I'd rather just get on these weekly live streams and really just train about short sales. I have such a passion for educating everyone and providing all of my years of experience and knowledge. But I have been listing and negotiating these wacky transactions since 2007. I've helped probably close to 1,000 families now avoid foreclosure. I have seen everything under the sun. Anyone hear my murder story before? I don't have time to go into the murder story, but essentially, in a nutshell, I helped someone that is still on the America's Most Wanted list. He strangled a real estate attorney here in Chicagoland. Charles, maybe you remember that. It was back in like 2016. Literally have seen everything, okay? But my true passion is really helping the homeowner move on to the next chapter of their lives and making a difference. And that's why I decided to start Blueprint Short Sales. I grew up in Michigan, so Doug, yes, I know Lisa, very, very crazy story. I had no clue he was on the run for murder. He's actually still on the run, America's 15 Most Wanted list. Doug, so yes, I grew up in Michigan. So anyone that is from Michigan or grew up, they always use the hand. Flint's like over here. I grew up way down here, closer to actually Chicago. And I now reside in the western suburbs of Illinois. I have two boys. Brixton's going to be 13 in February, and Coaston's going to be 10 next year. And I really just love spending time with my family. If I'm not working, it's time with them. It's walking outside. We live very simple. Like I love the little things in life and spending quality time with my family, of course, in Maui. So, why did I start Blueprint Short Sales? And so I've had this vision for a very long time, and this group is really helping me take my vision to reality. So I'm extra thankful for all of you, especially the ones that are really into my live streams every single week. But I decided to start Blueprint Short Sales for really a couple of reasons. One, the main reason is because of the homeowner, okay? A homeowner that is struggling and facing foreclosure, they need the right team, the right professional team around them, not someone that has no clue what is going on, has no community around them. So, quick example, I had a seller call me off of one of my letters that we use every single week. And we'll talk more about that. But they said, Heather, I don't think that we even own this house anymore, but we're still living here. And so I did some due diligence. Their house was foreclosed on in March of 2020. And however, we all know what happened in that time frame, right? And so the bank actually reversed the foreclosure. Now, I rarely ever see that, which is crazy. And so they technically still own the house. And but someone came knocking on their front door and said, "Hey, we will allow you to stay if you pay us rent." And so my clients were paying rent to these people. In reality, they still owned it. It was a mess. But I want every single homeowner across the United States to know that Blueprint Short Sales is a safe place for us to explore the options with these homeowners. Hold their hand. You know, they may not be ready now, but guess what? We'll teach you how to get them ready or how to stay in touch with them. Follow up is so key. I mean, sometimes I talk to these homeowners for a year. Now, of course, my state is goes through the court process. So if you don't go through the court process, it ain't going to be that long. So lucky you. We are all dedicated to helping these homeowners start fresh. We're experts. You may not be an expert now, but be engaged, be a part of my community. And we really care more about their situation versus a commission. And it's a one-stop shop. So if your clients want help with the bankruptcy, foreclosure defense, help find a rental. In fact, one of the trainings inside of my other group will be my rental agent coming on and really helping everyone navigate through the rental process. So the second reason why Blueprint Short Sales was founded was because of you, the agent. I want to help these agents who truly want to help these homeowners. Okay. It's complicated. There is a lot of moving parts. We want to help you take on more listings. We want you to possibly even build a team. Like I don't take on any buyers, but I also don't even use a for sale sign anymore. And so all of our stuff is online. We have a very, very good presence online. But most importantly, build your own schedule, especially for kids, grandkids, or just yourself in general. If you're working 24/7 and you're burnt out, this is a great, great niche to be in because you're not going to work 24/7. Anyone have good systems in place? I was actually really surprised this year when a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, like I don't know what comes in and what goes out. Well, we taught all of that this year because a system and being organized and consistent is really key. But you're really going to make a difference in the lives of these families. So let's talk about our mission. Anyone know what our mission is? Did I know you're all a part of this group, but Our mission is to help 100,000 families avoid foreclosure. That is a big, big mission. However, and I tell this to people because my husband and I struggled for many, many years. That's a whole story for another live stream. But we got to where we're at because of our hard work, our dedication, being around each other. That's why I like to have this community, because short sales, you're going to have bad days, you're going to have great days. But I know as a community, we will get to this goal. Every single goal that I've set out, I've accomplished. It may have taken 10 years, but you're going to be a part of this. And once we accomplish it, it's going to be great. And all those homeowners are going to be forever thankful for you, which is going to lead to so much more business down the road. So pretty cool. All right, let's take some sneak peeks. So I got two different systems. I really want to show you everything. Now, I've actually talked to a lot of you either on phone or on Zoom. And so we decided to go in and change a lot. And so I want to show you some of that. And so I'm going to show you our module system, and then I'm going to show you our private group. Okay. So again, if there are questions, please post them in the chat. I'm going to spend some time at the end and really going over all of the questions. So here's our system. Anyone used Kajabi before? If you haven't, it's great. It's super organized. I love it. If you don't know by now, I'm a very, very organized person, but I have created, now this isn't someone else. This is me. This is my system. These are all of my videos, all of my downloads. So there's over 40 training videos here, over 40 downloads. Now, we want you to start with module 1 and go all the way down, okay? So modules 1 through 9 is really how I have and continue to run my business. Now, why is that so important? The idea is for you to mirror what I have done here. I've had a lot of success in Chicagoland with a very simple system, and you can too. So modules 1 through 9 is really how I have and continue to run my business. Lots of videos, lots of downloads, but you want to start there because you want that overview, okay? However, the fun part is in module 10, okay? So module 10 is like, this is where all of this is going to get set up to mirror what I have done. So all of our marketing, and I've talked a lot about marketing before. We have some very, very good letters. And so you would start here. So module 10 starts where you're going to get it all set up. Okay. And consistency is key, right? So I have a high-end short sales postcard. That postcard I used during the pandemic. I'm not currently using it, and I'll tell you why, but we've had success with it. I closed a $1.5 million deal off of that 60-cent postcard, okay? If you're going to use it, put it in an envelope. I know a lot of people are like, oh, we want people to see us all over the place. I really try to keep this as private as possible for the homeowners. I do think that they appreciate that. So nice tip for you all. We have our missions postcard, but here's the letters. Okay, so we have our auction date lead letter, and we have our equity letter. Those letters are something that I've used for the last 12 years, every single week. This is a weekly letter, okay? Now, the weekly letter should be going out to families that have an auction. So here's the great thing. It is all step by step. How do you edit that letter? How do you include proof that these homeowners have an auction? Because you want to include that in your letter. There's a lot of people that call me, hey, Heather, I had no idea I even had an auction. I knew it was coming, so thank you. I rarely ever get someone that's screaming at me. Not with these letters, because these people are at the very end of the process. We also have our pre-foreclosure series letter, which is not in this module because it was released this year in October. Everything that I put out, I always test, okay? So very, very important. And so the series letter is an 8-letter. It goes to families that just got a notice of default or lis pendens. So it really explains the whole process, what is going to happen, and that bad things happen to good people. We want them to know that it is okay, and we will help them through the process. And we also have a bankruptcy lead letter. We have door hangers, but here's the big one. This is the book. And so a lot of people love this. We're going to get this. Let me download it and show it to you. This is a book that I wrote several years ago. It is how I have built all of my relationships with attorneys, and you can too. We use it at community events, we use it to build that relationship, and there may be a new one coming in 2024, but that's a secret for now. But it is a general overview of how the short sale process works. It is a great resource for homeowners. I use this as a business card. I give it out to everyone. And so obviously you're not going to be running around with my name on this. It is all edited. I have a virtual assistant, a virtual designer that comes in and you'll get all of this done. Okay. We have printing company that provides discounts. So everything in here is truly step by step. So you fill out this really nice job form. All of your information goes here. He will send you proofs. You'll be able to edit it if you need, and then he'll send you all of the final files. Okay. So this is a huge, huge resource. My number one lead source is the book. Okay. And my attorney relationships. We're not talking about real estate attorneys. We're talking about other types of attorneys. It's actually pretty easy to go out and build those because of this book. We also have letters that you can use to send to these attorneys. All right, let's go back. So that's module 10. Module 11 is really all about social media. So we have this community. There's 118 members nationwide. And so you may be posting, like maybe Nancy's posting in Georgia and she finds someone in Illinois and she can connect me with that person and then get a referral fee. That is the community that we're building. And so I'll show you the group. Someone just got a call from someone that was actually in Michigan, in the Holland area or Grand Rapids area. And so we'll be able to connect with someone there. And so that's really great. But social media can be very powerful. If you're afraid to do videos, let me tell you to jump outside your comfort zone. I didn't love doing them either, but we put a lot of information out there. A lot of the stuff we've already done for you. We have whiteboard videos, which are have a lot of education for attorneys that are trying to build relationships with you, or even homeowners, tons of high quality graphics, all the content you need. And so really the idea is to move through this in a quiet area so that way you can get everything set up and it mirrors what I have done here in Chicagoland. Module 12 is your lead. So if you do not have a lead source right now, go through this. Even if you have a lead source, still go through it. Everyone that is utilizing this tool inside of our group absolutely loves it. Why? Because organization is one of my pillars, right? And so we teach you how to separate the lists. A lot of people think that you can't market to auction. That is false. That should be another short sale myth. A majority of our business comes from the letters that go out weekly to the families that have an auction, okay? And so we teach you how to set up an auction date list, how to set up a pre-foreclosure list. If you're like, Heather, I already have leads, great. If it's working, don't change it, okay? But you do want to figure out, okay, how am I going to send out these letters? We do have a free system that we can tag you in inside of the group. But again, you want to include proof of that auction. So here's the lead system. You can go through all of this, get everything set up. There's a free trial, but it's really, really great. And it's organized. Every single Wednesday, my team goes in, they pulls the data, and we go through our routine and we get it sent out. So it's actually a really, really great system. Module 13 is all about the letters. So, what should your voicemail say? I actually include my voicemail here because you're not going to be able to answer every single call, right? I actually got a lot of calls in the month of December, which I never do, which leads me to believe that it's probably going to be a mess in the first quarter. Getting your letters ordered. We have discounts here with my printing company. You do not have to use them. Again, that is a tool for you. Adding a QR code. Tons of direct mail marketing tips. But if you can, get your letters, especially that auction date one or the equity. So let me just explain those quickly. The equity is saying, hey, families, I know you're behind on your mortgage, but you probably have some equity. Give us a call. The auction date one talks more about the short sale and relocation assistance. They're both great. It really just depends on your market, but you should be sending those letters out only to families that have an auction, okay? And we go through all of that. There should be no confusion. If there is, our main source of communication is the group, and I'll show you that in a few. Module 14 is your email smart campaign. So if you don't have a CRM yet and it's on your list to do, I have a relationship with Perfect Storm. I love it. Why? Because it's simple. I like simple, especially with this niche that we're in, because short sales are not always simple. So we do go over Perfect Storm. If you already have a CRM, fine. Don't change it if it's not broken. We have had some additional training on KV Core. I hired a KV Core specialist, I think in May of 2022, they came in, they showed us how to implement these campaigns into the CRM. But we have two different ones. Again, we separate everything. We separate auction from pre-foreclosure. The auction email campaigns are already written for you. All the videos are done by me. Eventually, you can do those. It is a 3-month campaign. So you just put it in your email your CRM, and it just runs on its own. The pre-foreclosure one is 11 months. So the whole idea to get you to become that go-to expert or specialist in your area is to have them see you in the community, have them see you at their attorney's offices, have them see you in an email, in a letter, social media, all of that, okay? And it's just simple stuff. I'm just going to mute anyone that's unmuted. Just keep muted. If you have questions, go ahead and post them. All right, so here's a big module. Don't skip any of them, but this one's way important. And so it is the book. How to take that book. You're going to get 2 files, a web version and a print version. That web version, you're going to create a lead capture form. So how do we do that? We will teach you. You can set up a free account with JotForm, and then we have some trainings. So how to go out and build those relationships with attorneys. In fact, one of our live trainings every single week is just dedicated to attorneys and community events. And so we want to help you take that book and go do that. There's a letter that we've used inside of there to reach out to these attorneys. And then training number 2 is actually a speaking event that I did, showing you how I talk to these attorneys to add value and revenue to their firm. And so we do target bankruptcy, we target divorce, we target foreclosure defense, and we will teach you how to find all those and which ones are good, which ones may not be so good, the size of the firm, and all of that inside of our Wednesday live trainings as well. Module 16, okay, you're ready to go. Let's talk about the live training class schedule real quick. So we have 5 live trainings a week, and then once a month we have a short sale training. The short sale training, it could be value disputes. We've done a ton of different things. How to submit a packet, planning for the new year, getting organized, how to release IRS tax liens. All of that past training is inside of our group, and you'll have instant access to that. But the live trainings a week, we have a Mindset Monday on Monday morning at 10 a.m. Central. I like the Mindset Monday. I don't like to waste time, but I love to come on, tell a quote, talk about a past experience or my journey. It's very inspiring. And so it's not a long Monday mindset, but we do take a quote and talk about it. And then on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we have a live training at 12 p.m. Central. It's about 45 minutes. We have some new stuff coming for the new year. So group 1, which is on Mondays, is normally getting your business set up for long term. And so we, starting Monday, January 22nd, we are going to go through all of these modules together live in our group. It may take us all year. It may take us 2 months. However long it takes us, we are going to go through these together. Group 2 is on Tuesdays. And that is all about marketing and advertising. Your letters, social media, the book, email campaigns, all of that, okay? Group 3 is on Wednesdays. That is everything attorney-based, community, taking the book and really running with it, okay? And then group 4, I'm going to show you that schedule here in a second. We're also going to do something different with group 4. We're going back to basics starting in January. But normally group 4 is how do you take all of this and stay consistent, organized, and communicate. So you all know how much I provide inside of my the group that you're in right now. It is like on fire in the other group. All right, module 17 is, okay, you got all of this set up. Okay, great. Now what? Well, your phone's going to start to ring, which is great. And so we have a lot. We have a girl right now going through a deal with Fannie Mae. Anyone have a Fannie Mae deal right now? And so we're teaching her how to do all that. She has to do a value dispute. I'll show you that in our group. But we want to help you help these homeowners. Fill out the short sale intake sheet. Let us know, post in the group, email, call. Everyone has access to all of my information. You're going to need an authorization, right? So we have all of those. We save them. Everything is saved inside of our group. Okay. So here's the generic one, and then a list of all of the other banks that require specific authorizations. Okay. So you're going to need that. Then what about all the listing documentation? We talk about that. Most importantly, inside of that, we have an indemnity agreement. That indemnity agreement is going to protect you. Use it, okay? We have all of the short sale packets you need as well. Again, everything is linked here inside of our group, okay? So whenever you need a packet, it is there. If you don't see it, we probably have it. We have already created all of this for you as well. And then our short sale task list training. So this is something that I've created. So each part of the short sale is task driven. And so I use that loop. We put the task list in there. I assign it to my team or myself, depending on what it is. And I have done a training on every part of that task list. And so we are going to dedicate some time in the new year going over a lot more of this. And so it's all right here. How do you go through my entire task list? So it's really powerful. You may not need this right now, but guess what? It's always going to be there, and you can go back and do a refresher every time you actually have a deal come up. So pretty cool. All right. And then the final one is just, a download you can use that you went through this whole entire module system. Pretty cool icon you can post on social media. So very fun. So that is that. Now, let me talk about our group. So yes, we have the group that you guys are in, Thrive in Real Estate as a short sale expert. But the really awesome group is this one. And so these are all of our members. So look, communication is key, right? And so every single Monday, I will update this post. They also get an email linked to this post, okay? And so here are the new trainings that are coming for the month of January and February. I'm calling it the B2B series, back to basic trainings. And so if you see, we have short sale pre-listing prep, short sale listing appointment, short sale listing, analyzing your first month of 2024. And I don't have the binder here, but we spent a lot of time in the group really getting organized. We have different sheets that are going to help you figure out where your deals came from and how to analyze. So at the end of next year, you can actually put together your game plan, and it's easy. Then we have short sale offers, submitting your short sale packet, the approval letter, and then a short sale closing. So I have my last one this morning, and they are crazy. So it's really important to understand, what do you need to do before you actually get to closing, and taking advantage of all of the templates that I've created for every part of the short sale process. So those are weekly announcements, all of the featured areas, our authorization, our live training classes, our short sale packets, everything is right there. So it's very, very easy to find, okay? Now, all of our live trainings a week are recorded. And if you miss a recording, we also will put them here in our guide section. We also send out an email every single Friday morning, okay, with the replay links. We also will send an email on Monday with the class schedule, and an hour before each class, we will send an email for a reminder. But here it is. So you just go through here. Here's our last Mindset Monday from this past week. So if you want to not wait till Friday, you can go here about an hour after each live session, and it will be posted here. Okay. We also have a new class that started in November, cold calling and door knocking. Okay. So maybe some of you were on that. We did like a session with Asia. So she's getting ready to have a baby. So I don't know if we'll have that in January, but she'll be back in February. And she's helping us really jump outside of our comfort zone. So one thing that I put on my game plan for the new year was cold calling. Okay. I actually call it warm calling because I'm calling after I'm sending those letters. So I have a whole system in place, and we've gone through all of that in the group. So it's really great. I'm really excited about something new. So those are all the guides. Now this is our main source of communication. So what is really, what does that entail? And so like, here's Danielle. And so she's going through a Fannie Mae deal right now. And we're going back and forth. I've done some training videos for her. I did one right before we logged on here on how she should do the value dispute with Fannie Mae. So there is a lot of communication. I want to help you guys navigate through every single investor, every single bank, because eventually then you can comment on these posts and help other people as well. So here's some of the past trainings. We have a post like this from this earlier this year, as well as 2022. Here's Carrie. So Carrie is a member, and someone is not muted. Carrie is a member, and so she wanted to post some successes that she's had. So she started in September. She started doing the mailings in November. She's gotten 3 calls in the last like week or so. And so yeah, she's not giving up. She's been very, very consistent. So if you're consistent, you will be totally fine, but you have to do it. You have to be consistent. And that's what I'm really good at, is teaching all of you what to do daily, what to do weekly, what to do monthly, what to do yearly. So that way 1 year from now, you're going to be like, wow, okay, great. I know exactly what I need to do in my business for 2025. So all of the communication is here. So like Karen, she's been really great. She's doing awesome. She created her own short sale intake version off of the one that I have. And so she provided that here. So yeah, all of our classes are live in the group. They're recorded. Everything is here. So that is our group. Again, our main source of communication. So I do have someone that will come on and make sure that we're getting all of the questions answered. Most of the time I'll log into my Loom and answer it that way, because that way there's no confusion, okay? I prefer to do it that way. You could also send an email or send me a message in Facebook. Sometimes I will repost the question just because someone else may have that question as well. So that is our group, and that is our module system. And so again, any questions, go ahead and post it. I see that there may be some coming in. So let me show you the group. So last week we talked about a myth, okay? The myth was, oh my gosh, I cannot make any money in short sales. False. You absolutely can. And so I'm showing you my last 3 years. I could go back further, but I cannot remember the last time it wasn't 6 figures. My guess is maybe a couple years after I started, which was 2009. So TKG Homes, just so you all know, is my corporation. And so someone has asked before, hey, can you just teach on like, what you do with your corporation, how you get paid, what you do? Yeah, that is probably going to be one of the trainings next year in the a group that I just showed you. But this is my corporation. And so I'm sole owner. My company, or my brokerage, Charles Rittenberg, gets paid, and then they pay my corporation. And so here's my figures. 2022 is not on here. I could not find the 1099, but it was just above this one right here, like 185 something. So pretty similar. I will end this year at 6 figures as well. But yeah, 2020 was my huge year because I closed that $1.5 million deal off of that postcard, and I was able to get both sides, which is super great. So I'm showing this to you because anyone that's out there and believes that they can't make a living off of this niche, it is 100% wrong. Go back and watch last week's live stream. Happy to talk with you further about it, but you can. You can either add this into your already, business that you have going, or just solely do this. I wouldn't stop all of your other business until you actually got this up and running, but you absolutely can make the 6 figures. So let's talk about it. So like I said, I have met with a lot of you guys, and I'm on this I'm on this live stream every single Thursday. And people have said, wow, Heather, thank you so much for what you do and all this time you're dedicating to the group. And I really appreciate that. I absolutely love what I am doing. But a lot of people have said, hey, would you ever offer a payment plan? And so for the last couple of months, I've been getting that probably several times a week. And my announcement is, yes, I have put that in place. And so it's going to start today and run through the end of the year. So December 31st. And then I don't know what's going to happen after that. I'm just going to stick with the live streams, which we'll talk about at the end. This is not something I'm going to continue probably. I may or may not. I have not decided that. But let's talk about the payment plan. So the one-time fee normally was $29.97. We are doing $7.97. So that is the initiation fee. What does that include? Everything that I just spoke about, okay? So we have the 18 modules. We have the 9 workbooks. We have the 40 plus downloads, the 40 plus training videos, the 4 highly effective direct mail marketing letters. Now that also includes, and I didn't show that in the group, but if you search in our group for series letter, here it is. So here's our series letter. These are 8 letters that I have already tested for you. It is going to go to families that have an NOD or Liz pendants, okay? So you're gonna download the letter. This will show you how to edit the letter, and we add QR codes because it's really great for these families to see who you are. So that is not on here, it should be, but there's so much to add to all of these. All right, and we have our postcards, your very own short sale book, and plus so much more. And so that is the initiation fee at $7.97, and then we're doing $247 a month. So what does that include? That's an include premier access to the Facebook group. There's really nothing else out there like this right now. There's just not. I'm putting a lot of time into this. I've taken business from myself and just said, hey, I want to grow Blueprint. There's so many agents out there that are like myself and really, really, really want to become the go-to expert. Those are 5 live trainings a week, plus our monthly short sale training, plus access to my entire vault. So what does that mean exactly? So if you go in here and you search for 2022, here's everything from 2022. How to price a short sale, BPO, everything you need to know about a listing, best practices, every single template. And so we are going to review those templates in those Thursday class starting in January. What do you do when you listed it? What do you do before closing? How do you ask for title? All of that fun stuff. Lender updates and staying organized, game planning for the new year, building relationships with the right attorneys. And then 2023, we have value disputes. That's a game plan. So if you have not planned for the new year, we have created a whole download just for you. It's very, very simple and easy. We have, reviewing a title commitment. What is dirty? What is clean? How do you make a dirty title clean? Preparing that statement. You would think that the title companies could do it properly. They don't. FHA versus conventional. There's flow charts that you can use, which is really, really helpful for social media. Our lead system, IRS tax liens, value disputes, more information about the CRM. So all of that is our vault. We continue to have more and more trainings. Again, these are recorded inside of our guide section. You will find all of the trainings since this past summer. Obviously, the support in the community is there. You see it in the group. That is our main source of communication, plus any access to any updated and new marketing that is coming. And so I did kind of talk about the new book that is coming, and I've talked about it in my other group, but there is a new book coming that is really going to help homeowners figure out which option is going to be best for them. So that's coming in the new year. We're always putting out new stuff. And so that is that. Let's now talk about the breakdown. So I did this last week. So let's just say your average sale price, whatever it is, maybe you want to calculate this on your own, $375,000, okay? If you're going to close a short sale, that's $375,000 at 3.5%. So just to give an example, the last short sale I closed today was $361,000. That was like $12,000 and some change, okay? So $13,125. That is a lot of money. And so if you just close one deal a month, okay, and this system should bring you more, okay, inside of the group, there was a lady that just got 3 calls this week. I got 3 calls last week, okay? So if you're closing one deal a month, that's $157,000 $500 a year. Now, of course, some of you may have splits. You'd have to take that into consideration. But what if you're doing 3 deals a month? Just 3. I would say on average, you could probably take 3 to 5. Now, is everything going to close? No, but we certainly show you a lot of due diligence up front because we want to make sure that you're not wasting your time and that you can actually go through the process and get these deals done. But $472,500, it is doable. Okay, it absolutely is. And so again, now through December 31st, we are doing $797. The original price was $29.97. And so a lot of people have asked, many of you on this I've met with, hey, would you ever consider a payment plan? And at the time I was not ready, but I knew that it was coming. And then of course the monthly membership is $247. So if you break that down and there's 20 live sessions a month, whether you attend them or watch the recording, that's $12.35. I'm pretty sure that is not offered anywhere else. There's been some ladies in the group who have paid thousands and thousands to others and said that they learned more in the first week in mine than ever. So I'm pretty sure you're not going to find that anywhere else. So that's the numbers broken down. Pretty insane, pretty cool. Let's just say if you ended up closing 5 deals a month, let's look at that. What is 5 deals? 120. That's $65,000 a month. That's a little crazy, but you certainly could. Not every bank's going to pay 3.5%. And I did talk about that. I think this year I had 2 banks cut. So Celine Finance does cut to 2.5%. But if you did 5 deals a month at 3.5% with an average sale price of $375, that's $787,500. And so I asked people last week, how would that change your life? How would that change your family's life? Just think about that. It certainly has changed ours. We were able to do a lot. We built our dream home. We go to Maui every year. So people said, hey, I could pay off my debt. Whatever it is, you absolutely can strive to get to that goal. So yeah, what's next? So I'm going to post the link. You're going to get more emails and stuff in the group with everything that you would have to do to complete this. Okay, so I want to answer all of your questions. If you're not comfortable answering them on here, I'm going to give you my email. You can send me a private message on Facebook. I want to get those answered. But once you fill out the JOT form, okay, there's a JOT form that you're going to fill everything out. Then it will redirect you to the group, okay? You want to join this group right away. There's going to be a set of questions, so it will redirect you to the group. If you don't get redirected for some reason, then just search for Blueprint Short Sales Coaching Program in the group, but it does redirect you, okay? Once you do that, then I want you to familiarize yourself with the group, okay? Learn to search, introduce yourself. Start going through the guides, searching attorneys, searching letters. You're going to find so much information, but most importantly, you're going to have access to Kajabi instantly. Okay. And so I want to show you what that email looks like. Let me stop sharing and resharing so that way I can pull that up for you all. Because there is, so you're going to get 2 emails from Kajabi. One of them is congratulations. So this is what it looks like. So you have to be on the lookout for this because if you don't get it, we want you to email us right away, okay? But a lot of times it does go to spam. And so it's going to say, congratulations, your new Blueprint Short Sales Coaching Program account, okay? You're going to set up your own password. So only you will have access to that. And then once you do that, you're going to get this. You've been granted access to the Blueprint Short Sales Coaching Program, and then you're going to log in, okay? So that is one thing that you'll want to do right away. Now let me go back to the other screen. Okay, so again, you're going to join the group. You're going to have access to Kajabi. And then the first things you're going to want to do. So it may be overwhelming. But it's the end of the year. I want you to take some time with your family. But if you're ready to get set up, and we can certainly do this in January as well, you're going to want to start with the onboarding area. So that is going to be under the guide section. And so we want you to start with that. There's a video And then really, how do you navigate through this group? There's so much information. So you'll start here. So my team, my virtual team, will tag you in this onboarding area. So make sure you turn on notifications, do all that, but go through this, okay? And then the first steps would be, so what I would love for you to get done before the end of the year, or best yet, before we go back to our live trainings inside of the coaching group, which is going to be Wednesday, January 10th, I would love for you to get through all of the modules, take any notes, post the questions in the group so my team or myself can answer those for you. And then get your letter. So pick what letter you want to do. Either it's you want to get your weekly letter going right away. Yes, the series letter is important, but the weekly letter is going to get your phone to ring right away. Okay. So either pick the auction or the equity. Read through both of them, figure out which one is going to be best in your market. I'm currently finishing out equity, and then I'm moving to auction after I return from our trip. And so you want to get those edited. Send me the email. I will put a second eyes on the edited letter that you did. So get the letter done and figure out where your leads are going to come from. So if you want to take advantage of our lead system, great. If not, and you already have a lead source, great. But you want to get through all of the modules, familiarize yourself with the group. And then the other two things, get one of those letters up and going. And then also make sure you fill out the job form to get your book. Okay. And so if you want to start building those relationships, you can go to group 3. So in here, group 3, it really has all of our trainings from this past year on how to build those relationships with attorneys. So you can go back through all of these and watch them. Great, great information. Or just search in the group for attorneys and all of that stuff will come up. Okay. So that's what you would want to start with. Okay. All righty. So I just want to thank everyone. I want to move to a Q&A session, but really I appreciate all of you. If you maybe this isn't right for you, but you know someone else, have them join our free group. And if you're not a part of the free group, I will post it. Every single week we do a weekly live stream. I want to provide as much information as I can, but the true support, the education, the knowledge is going to come inside of the other group. So we're going to move to Q&A. But first, I just wanted to quickly tell you our first live stream for 2024. I haven't quite decided yet what it's going to be, but I'm going to have that all planned out here soon. It's going to be Thursday, January 11th, back at our normal time, which is 11 a.m. Central and 12 p.m. Eastern. So be on the lookout for that. There's not going to be a ton going on in the group, but hey, if you come across a short sale or distress situation, happy to help you walk through it. So Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And we're going to move to Q&A now. And then if you prefer, you can send me an email directly. And so let me just see here. Let me send you, everyone in the chat, here's my email if you don't have it. You can send me an email or you can private message me on Facebook. And so here is my Facebook. You can follow me, send me a friend request, but I would really love to get your questions answered if you're not comfortable asking here. Okay, so let's go back up to the questions. Do you handle all the training and mindset? So it is not someone else. It is me. And so every single video, hopefully you don't get tired of me, but it is me training on everything. I'm not really ready to give that up yet. I think it's very important that all of you have access to me. And so the reason why I can do that is because my short sale business, I have, normally I would market to 7 to 9 different counties. And so just so all of you know, you are trained to go to the property one time. You're trained to take on many multiple counties because you don't have to be an expert in that area. You have to be an expert on how the bank processes that short sale. So it's very different. So I only market now to one county and I have a team that handles most of that. And so I'm able to dedicate this time. So it is not someone else. Now, Asia, who does the cold calling, which is a monthly training, she comes on. I'm still on for that. But yes, it is 100% me. I try to make things fun and I think you'll really enjoy it. But yes, all me. Tamika, yeah, I know we've spoken before. It is really priceless. There's a lot. And so if you start to get overwhelmed, that's not what we're trying to do. And so if you just take those steps and step by step and just work through it, you'll be totally fine. But your homework is to really get through those 18 modules. As you go through them, by the time you get to the end, you should have everything set up like mine. And of course, we want to get your questions answered. I had one lady send me a question on email with 25 questions. I just logged into my Zoom and did a Loom and did a video with all the questions. So no, the 247 is not forever. We do require a 12-month commitment because it is going to take time. Okay. This isn't like come on and get rich overnight. Okay. There is a process. It's going to take time. So like the lady Carrie in the group, she said she started in September. She started sending the letters in November. You may be able to get all of your letters set up. But you can either leave the group after or you can stay, totally up to you, but that is it. So yeah, it's not forever. And it's in our system as a 12-month period. Okay, so after the 12 months is done, it just goes away and you can still stay in the group. So the $797 is a one-time fee. That includes your first month. Okay, then it's $247 monthly after that. Okay, so for the next 11 months. We did that because, well, it's just a lot easier. Everyone asked me for a payment plan. If you are not going to be paying the $247, then yeah, you're going to be out of the group. But there's so much added value in the things that are coming. It's really like pennies considering what you're getting. What is the cost of the books? So the book, you are going to get that. So I pay my designer to create that for you. There's not an additional cost. You're going to get 2 files. One is going to be the web version. The web version you want to use online. So let me just show you that quickly, what I mean by that. So I have a couple different Facebook pages. So I have Chicagoland's leading short sale expert. So this is the pinned featured. So if I click this link, it will take them to a jot form to fill out. That's what I mean by a free lead capture. So we do show you how to do that in module 15. I think it's lesson 2 or 3. And so we want you to do that as well. The web version would be attached to this one, okay? They can be redirected to that at the end. The print version is what you would send to your printer. You don't have to get the letter or the books printed right away. The web version is great. A lot of things are online, but it's great to physically give a book out to an attorney or at community events. This is what it looks like. So my printing company does have discounts. And so when you are ready, you can get that printed, okay? But to get the actual book, so you could get the book, if you filled out the form today, you could get it probably in a couple of days. He does email you proof so that way you can look it all over. No, the $797 is one time. Again, so it is one time. It's the initiation fee. It gets you all of the modules and the first month. And then, so like, let's say you do it today. Today's December 21st. Then the 247 will come out January 21st. And that's 11 months. It goes in the system. After the 11 months, it's done. Doesn't include the new book when it comes out. Yeah, so that new book, I'm not going to disclose yet what it is, but it's really great. It's going to be great for anyone that calls you and says, hey, I don't know if I'm ready for a short sale yet. Okay, let me help you explore what are those options and explaining them, breaking them down a little bit more. And so it is in the works. So it's about halfway done. So any new marketing, and so we do put out different letters from time to time, postcards, books, whatever it is all included in that monthly membership. Is the only way to find the NOD by going to the courthouse. So Pennsylvania, my husband grew up in Harrisburg. I'm not sure where you're at exactly, but love Pennsylvania. So no, look, the system that I have, it is a paid system, but you do not have to pay for it. It's $119 a month. It doesn't go to me. I have a relationship with them. You do not have to use them. There is a free option inside of our group where you can go in and you can find the data. You can find the NODs, the Liz pendants, or the families that have an auction. So my best advice is, yeah, it's a tool we have, but use the free option first until you get things going, depending on where you're at in your business, okay? But we do have those two options for you. All right, let me see here. Yeah, so I have this recorded and we probably will put out the replay eventually, maybe tomorrow. But yeah, it is recorded. And I know a lot of you, as you're making your decisions for the end of the year, you're going to want to watch this. Like, what did Heather say or what is in her group? Yes, there will be a replay probably released tomorrow. So trying to figure out the other tools. So let me talk briefly about a website. So people ask me this all the time. Do you have a website? I had a website for a very long time and it really did nothing for me. I'm currently in the process of getting a new one created, heatherjkeller.com. It is not ready yet, but I don't think personally a website is all that important. I have a very, very good presence on social media. I do a lot of videos on YouTube, all of that. And so totally up to you. If you have a website, great. Just add a link to your book on there so people can download it. And then when the new book arrives and you're able to get that, then you can add that link as well. And so I don't think, let's keep it simple, okay? The simplicity of it is go through the modules and get those letters up and running. The weekly letters is going to have your phone ring a lot more than the series. The series letter is going to be more of a drip campaign. Families know that they have time to kind of sit, especially with everything that has happened over the last few years. It's really crazy. My phone, yeah, yes, we will have the replay. Quick question: when we use the letterhead or talk to clients, will we let them know? Yeah, so if you are a part of the CDPE, you could just add that. So these letters come in a Word document. And so inside of the system, it will show you how to edit. I've done a video. Again, all these videos are me. They're not fancy. It's just, hey, let's edit this letter. Excuse me, and it will show you how to edit the letter, change all of my logos to yours. If you want to add CDPE, if you want to you probably have to add your brokerage. I have a separate logo that I use. So you can edit all of that. You can change the wording if you want. I would try to keep the letters similar to what I have right now because that letter I've been using for 12 years. It's always been my number 2 lead source every single week. So, yeah, so I'm getting some messages about payment in full. So now it's like funny, like everyone asks for a payment plan. Now they're like, well, what is a full payment? Reach out to me via email. If you prefer to do a full payment, we can definitely come up with something. Oh, Pocono Mountains, great. No, I do not use PropStream. I tested PropStream a while ago. I don't personally love PropStream, but that's just my opinion. Another question, can I connect your site to my websites to advertise? So again, I don't have a website up and running right now. I do a lot on social media. And so, yeah, but I don't know, connecting my site, never done that before, but I do have a virtual team. I guess it's something we could talk about. But no, I don't use PropStream, and I really believe in social media and creating those videos. So my YouTube page has a ton of videos. If you want to take some time over the new year, just remember, it doesn't need to be perfect, okay? These families don't need perfect. They need someone to hold their hand through the process, period. That's it. And so, go over the tips for them. Start making videos. And start a YouTube page. Post them on your Facebook page. I do a lot on Facebook. So, yes. So $7.97 is the one-time payment. And so actually I never included the link for you guys. So it will break it down in here for you. Sorry. That is a link. And so the link will be eventually emailed out as well and posted in the group. But that has the graphic on there with the breakdown. And so if there's any questions on top of that as you're going through the job form, please just reach out. I try to get back to everyone very quickly. I always say communication is huge. It really is. And so I just want to be able to answer your questions. Are there any other questions? I think you got my email. And I see that some emails have come through, so I will be spending today responding. But if there's nothing else, any other questions? All right, so if there is, please reach out to me via email. So this is going to be open. So the link essentially will just be shut down New Year's Day morning, because after that, I really want to focus on the new members and getting you acclimated with the group. And then I am going to start my live streams in January 11th. And so we'll do some live streams, and then maybe down the road I'll have another promo or something. I don't know, but right now I'm focused on the live streams and really getting everyone else up and running. So again, any questions, let me know. Send me an email. Otherwise, I'm gonna miss all of you guys. I really do enjoy these weekly live streams. I hope you do too. And I hope all of you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I will see you hopefully in the coaching group. If not, I will be live inside of the Thrive in Real Estate as a Short Sale Expert on January 11th at 11 a.m. So thank you and have a blessed holiday. Bye. I'll stay around for a few minutes too. Merry Christmas, Nancy. You're welcome, Sonia. Oh yeah, the free group. You are not a part of the free group. You can join it here. David. So, obviously I have a relationship with Tony at the CDPE. So, I don't really know much about the advanced program. I can't be doing a million different things. I really tell everyone, look, if you want to take on the niche of short sales, to really stay focused with this. And so I'm focused solely on this, and really helping and supporting you guys. So as far as like what's involved with the advance and the website, I honestly, I don't know. If you want to keep a website, then you could just stay with them. But if you don't have a CRM, I am encouraging everyone to take a look at Perfect Storm. I love it because it's very simple. The support team will implement my email smart campaigns into that, and it is connected to a website. And so that's an option as well. But again, we really just want to keep things simple. And so if you don't have social media, it's very powerful. I would do social media over a website. And I know everyone probably thinks I'm crazy, but remember, I've been doing this for a long time. And so I don't know what is involved in the advance. I know
Actually,
that
I just unmuted you. I forgot I can do that. So
That's
yes, no, I appreciate that. No, I've been with CDP from day one with Alex, but I've been using his website and the advanced group. I was just trying to figure instead of throwing money away unnecessarily, like the website, I have never gotten anything out of it either. But I keep it just for marketability.
Yeah, so you really have to, and these are questions I would love to answer. And so inside of the coaching group over the last like month, I've been teaching them, and let me see if I can find it, but I've been teaching everyone consistency. So it's really crazy to me how people don't know what's going in and what's going out. And so that is what this is. And we took the last month to get organized. So that way you know what is going in and what is going out. Okay, is your website working, David? You're going to know. Here's my game plan. Here's 8 years worth of data that everyone is now going to implement. And so they have access to all these forms. They have access to the Google Drive. But really what I'm trying to say is if you go through, and now's the time to do it, and something isn't working for you and you've tested it for a while, then yeah, I maybe reconsider. I'm not a part of that, so I don't know.
I
But
just didn't know what you, I know you're involved on a different educational part with Tony. But I think I spoke to you a little bit that one day. I had to reschedule the meeting because my wife's surgery. But
yes,
no, like I told you before, I've been doing short sales for many, many years. I've been real successful when the market was hot. I did like you. I did several $100,000 a year.
yeah.
So
I mean, I'm a big believer in keeping things simple. I don't want you guys to go out and spend a ton of money. Like my letters are simple. Like the letters simple.
I did the same thing. It's just like I told you,
Yeah,
I'm trying to get back into it again.
yeah. And
I
the
paid
book
for too much.
And the book is like, this is my number one lead source. Like, just follow what I'm telling you to do, and you'll go and build those
Well,
relationships.
I'm really impressed with you. I've been a broker for many, many years myself, 34 years. And so I liked you. I'm trying to get back to get my mindset back to do this again.
Yeah. So I'm also really big on mindset, and I'm not the typical like I'm still doing short sales, and I'm just very different. I like to keep things simple. I want to motivate you. That's why I have this community, because when my husband and I first started, we had each other, but there's people in this niche that don't have anyone. Their managing brokers don't know what to do.
I've always been the go-to person too, but
Yeah, they come to the group, they ask questions. How do I do a value dispute with Fannie Mae? Oh my gosh, there's an IRS tax lien, or whatever the case may be. I've seen it. And as a community, we can help you navigate through that.
well,
So,
fortunately, in my case, I understand they had a process. I've been very successful because I have an MBA. I used to run a mortgage company and it's
oh,
been
awesome.
involved. But the biggest thing is to get back into the marketing again, because what I used in Washington State worked real well. Arizona, where I live now, it's a whole different person. I mean, my
Yeah.
marketing that I did up there doesn't work here.
Yeah. And so there are some times where those letters, like you got to test it. You can't expect in 1 week to
Of
get a call
course.
at night, but then we can tweak it together. So it's like we do take some time throughout the year to like revisit some marketing. My letter, I may go a whole month without getting something, but then, 1 week I get 4 calls.
Yeah,
And
I
so
did the same thing.
the letters are great because the letters also, remember, we're marketing to families that have an auction. And so because of that, we can potentially give some business to our bankruptcy attorneys. And so it really
Absolutely.
kind of all goes hand in hand, but it's simple. I feel like people overcomplicate things way too much. And that's why one of the series coming up in January when I return is back to basics. Like,
Enjoy
go
your
back
vacation.
yeah, let's just go back to basics and really, so you understand what should be done for pre-listing, so you're going to the house once and, all this stuff. So,
Yeah, I was just
yeah,
trying to figure out, because I think you'd be a great investment for what you're offering here, because I was going to do it before. In fact, the other question is going to be, I'll send you an email if I paid it all front. I never asked you for a payment plan, but I just never got around to getting to that point.
like I never even thought about that now, because like everyone's like, but yeah, send me an email.
Oh, I will.
Yeah, just send me an email about that.
I know you don't want to say it because I understand. But but no, I appreciate it because I was just trying to figure out, because here I got Tony's websites, I got the advanced program, and of course, if I did do the monthly, it'd be like 500 a month between the two places. And so is it worth that investment? That's why.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like that's the whole thing with this, is one of these forms that I fill out on a monthly basis is, okay, where is that lead coming from? Because then at the end of the year, you're going to go back through all 12 months and you're going to see, okay, plus there's expense reports in here. Where did that lead come from? Okay, I got rid of like 2 different things this year because I had this to really see what was going in and what was going out. So
Well,
I knew like
no, that's fantastic, because actually a couple of years ago I did about 220,000 in commissions, and when I did my taxes, my wife almost killed me when she saw how much I spent in marketing. But the thing is that my extra marketing and the advertising and everything else increased my income threefold. But no,
right.
I'll let you go. But I'll send you an email. You have a great holiday and then
Yeah, you
great
too. Just
vacation.
send me an email.
Okay, and you take care.
Any other questions before I log off? Otherwise, like I said, we have it recorded, and so we'll probably release that sometime tomorrow. Otherwise, just email me. I'm pretty easy to get a hold of. All right. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. See you all in January.